Good afternoon, everyone. It's Amanda with the Content Marketing Institute. Welcome back to our Monday Ask the SEO World Community live stream. As I mentioned last week, we took a little summer break, but we are back in full force as we gear up for our big event. I don't know if you've heard of it, Content Marketing World. It's September 28th through October 1st this year. So from now until the event, we will be chatting with some of our super awesome CM World speakers for all of these live streams. They're going to share their expertise with a little sneak peek at their CM World presentations. If you don't know what Content Marketing World is, it's brought to you by the Content Marketing Institute. CMI is the leading training and education organization for all things content marketing. You can check us out at contentmarketinginstitute.com. And Content Marketing World is where we bring all of our awesome speakers to share all of their awesome content marketing knowledge with all of you. So let's see here. As always, you guys know how I love it when you give me a virtual wave, say hello, let me know where you are joining us from. Just drop me a line. We love to hear it. So today's topic, I'm not gonna lie, it's not my forte. But has this happened to you before? You have a great idea for a piece of content, amazing content. You're super excited, passionate. You work really hard on it. You hit publish and boom, falls flat. No one sees it, finds it, discovers it. Super frustrating, right? So that's why I think we all know that SEO is critical to any content strategy. So today we're going to talk to an expert about how to bridge that gap from a great idea to SEO so you can create all those viable keywords that actually drive traffic to your website and that super awesome content that you are creating. All right, so excited about today's guest. I have just met him literally a couple minutes ago. He is Chris Kraft, the co-founder of NeoLuxe Marketing, a Seattle and Atlanta-based content marketing agency. All right, welcome, Chris.
Hello. Good to see you all.
Thank you so much for joining us. And okay, I was reading your bio, Chris. So it said that you went to college, do I have this right, for general science and electrical engineering. How in the heck did you end up in marketing?
It's one of those two-sided of the brain things, right? I was always interested in the arts, even as a little kid. But somehow, some way, I found my way within STEM and made it all the way through to getting an electrical engineering degree, but knew I didn't want to be an engineer all the way along.
Different spaces sometimes, not marketing. So I was
Right.
just fascinated by that. All right, we have people joining us. Andy, hello. Andy Robinson saying hello. Jill from Minneapolis. Gail from Barbados. Wow.
Wow.
Marwa from Tunisia. Valerie from Philadelphia. Maria from Hamburg. Amani from Atlanta. Hello, everyone.
Hey,
Thank you
Atlanta.
for all joining us. Pierre, hello, Pierre. He's joining us from Indiana. All right, we have people from all over just to hear this awesome knowledge you're about to drop on us, Chris.
No pressure.
Right, no, none whatsoever. No, pressure free here. All right, first question here. Why has it become more important than ever for content marketers to be strategic with their use of SEO techniques?
Well, there are two things. One, very few things in this world are free. Now, I'm not saying that creating content is free. Sure, that takes time, but in terms of the channels for getting your content out there so people can engage with it, you can't beat organic search result traffic. So it's important for you to think SEO before you start writing because you want people who you don't even know to find your content on your website or blog. The second thing is time is money. Like I said, so it's better for you to think optimization for your content before you start writing, instead of writing the content without it being optimized on the front end, and having to go and double back and spend more time and resources to optimize something that's already out there. The name of the game is once you get your content out there, that starts the clock with Google and the other search engines. So the longer that you have your content out there seasoned, if it's optimized already, it's going to do a whole lot better for you than if it's sitting out there seasoning without it being optimized for keywords and themes, or themes within clusters as well. So it's better to do all that work on the front end as opposed to going back on the back end to try to fix it up.
All right, if you're just joining us, we're talking with Chris Kraft from NeoLuxe Marketing. We're talking SEO, which I think is a very popular topic these days. Here's another one. When working, so you have your SEO strategy. When working with external content creators, say a content agency, freelance writers, what can you do to kind of make sure everyone's on the same page as far as keyword usage goes?
Yeah, so with there being a lot of topics and ideas that we want to get out there, you're right. There's a lot of times it's too much for an internal team to get done. And there are two pieces of content that I like to share with external content creators. One is just a general content style guide for your website and for your organization. So certain things like, is the Oxford comma in good taste for your content? Do you have a certain amount of sentences that you want for each paragraph, whether that's for your long form content or shorter form content? How would you like the content organized in terms of headlines and subheads? So having that laid out in a nice, sometimes publicly published content style guide will be helpful for your external content creators. The second thing, and this is a little bit more granular, for the specific article that you want written, help them out by providing them a specific creative brief for that content. So that's sharing things like your focus keyword, your secondary keywords, your ideal content word count for the piece of content, the voice of your brand, and also your target audience. So supplying the external content creator with those two things will be very helpful, and it will spend a lot of it'll have you spend a lot less time in the revision process.
That's good for everybody, external and on your own team, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
everybody's on
right.
the same page. All right, so I'd say I've created this. Oh, wait, you're talking about SEO first approach to creative ideation. So your
Right.
content is organically optimized to perform before you even start writing. So how does this, like, you talk about this reverse engineering process work?
Well, it's less about reverse engineering and more about getting organized and prepared beforehand. So the main thing is, when early on in the process, say you have a new content initiative you want to do, typically it starts with some brainstorming among your content or your comms team, right? And that's a very low pressure. You're just sitting at the table hashing out ideas, and that's healthy because you can start to build a general cloud of content ideas, whether those are specific topics or themes. And I'll go into this more in depth in my talk. So this is a little preview. But the process goes a little bit like this. You start with your general brainstorm, then you get a little bit more specific by doing a content matrix process where you take some of those themes and potential topics and you organize it according to your target audiences. And then from there, you take those themes or topics and turn them into what we call head terms. And those are just general phrases that you can potentially search for within a search engine, but they're very, very high level, right? So we're talking about, say we're talking about content marketing. The phrase content marketing would be a head term. It's very general. It's more specific than the keyword marketing, but it's still very general. And what you'll do, you'll take those head terms and you'll plug it into your favorite keyword research tool internally at our agency. we use both SEMrush and Ahrefs. And you turn those head terms or general keywords into long tail keywords. And if you're familiar with that, if you're not familiar, a long tail keyword is about 3 to 6 words long, and it's for the purpose of the keyword finding a specific niche or audience that will be more interested in the piece of copy or the page that you're about to write. Then you'll take those long tail keywords and apply them to the organized topics, themes, and clusters that you developed in your content matrix exercise. And then from there, you have all that you need. You could take those keywords that are matched up with those themes and topics and turn that into a content calendar, so you could lay out for half a year to a year. You'll know the type of articles that you want to roll out and when. And then from there, you turn those articles into specific creative briefs. So that shows how it goes from general, just low pressure ideation all the way down to specific keywords and organized briefs, so that you can have that idea of SEO optimization before you even put the pen to paper.
That's, I think all that planning, I'm sure, saves a lot of time at the
Yes.
end.
It's a lot to think about at once, but once
Yeah.
you get used to doing it, you see how much time it saves you, and it's just a whole lot better in the end.
So if you're just joining us, we are talking SEO with Chris Kraft from NeoLuxe Marketing. And I actually love the topic of, or the title of your presentation, your CMWare presentation, which is, turning blog topics into juicy keywords. So if you have a question for Chris as we go here, please feel free to drop it in the comments as well. All right. So Chris, I've created this great piece of content, but I'm not sure if it will perform well on search in its current form. Say I didn't go through everything that you just said. What can I do? What can I do to optimize it without taking a ton of time, just like recreating the whole piece?
Sure. So if you're working with a tool, like I mentioned, SEMrush and Ahrefs, a lot of them are becoming really sophisticated, and where you can actually take your copy for your piece of content, copy and paste it, and it'll grade it according to the focus keyword that you set to optimize your content for. If you're not quite there yet, and I understand, another way to go about using technology to grade your content is by, especially if you're a WordPress user, you could use the plugins like Rank Math or Yoast. They'll search and grade your content according to the focus keyword or the keywords. If you pay for a certain level of those tools, they could grade it for more than one keyword, and it'll tell you your keyword density in terms of like where the keyword should be placed and how many times. If you're doing too much optimization, if you have your keyword mentioned way too much, and SEO is becoming way more subjective, right? And the search engines and the spiders are getting really savvy in knowing that even if you don't have your keyword written verbatim within a piece of content, it can realize the context of your content, and it'll optimize it for in general the keyword that you want to optimize it for. And then the last tip is just the good old human approach. If you're not quite sure, call on the consultant like myself or Maureen in our team at NeoLuxe, or your content marketing agency of choice, and have them put their human eyes on it to see if your content is optimized so that it can do the work that you want it to do.
Great. Jill has a question. What do you recommend keyword recommendation engines again? Oh, I see someone, Carol, responded. SEMrush and what was the other one?
Ahrefs.
Ahrefs.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carol.
And there's some really now those are just two. There's some really good ones out there. There's another one called Rank IQ that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
But those are the two that we use at our agency, and we love them.
All right, Chris. You can see Chris at Content Marketing World. And as he says, he's going to go more in depth with that
Yes.
matrix. I would definitely tune in for that on this awesome topic. So you can head over to contentmarketingworld.com and learn more. And if you decide to register, we have a little code for you. TW100 saves you 100 for your registration. Chris, in the meantime, can you tell everybody where they can find you?
Yes, you could find us online at neoluxemarketing.com, our very bright and vibrant website. You could find me on Twitter at Craft Rights.
All right, perfect. And hopefully you all join us, Chris and I, at Content Marketing World coming up here. So thank you. We have online and in-person options, so you can do both. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for your great conversation here today, Chris.
Thank you.
I'm Amanda with the Content Marketing Institute. This is Ask the SEO World Community. We will see you back here next Monday. See you, Chris. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Take care, y'all.